What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wick Ills, aka Charles Brown, back again with another review. But first, how you doing? You good? Good. All right, man. Gonna get into it. Lil Wayne, the Carter 5, highly anticipated release. I think it's been out maybe a week. And that's the review I'm doing today. I haven't made a review in a minute. I think my last joint was Eminem. I had so many joints that I was considering reviewing, but for me to review something, it gotta inspire me one way or the other. It gotta inspire me to even listen to it. It gotta inspire me to have an opinion one way or another, and it has to inspire me either in a good way or a bad way, one or the other. There ain't no in between. I just can't review stuff just to review it. I got a lot of stuff going on. Most of my activity takes place on social media, so you can follow me on different platforms, but I don't get to this as much as I want to. But I'm going to try, as of now, with all that being said, to be inspired to drop a new review every Monday. That's what I'm trying to do. My other channel, I'm putting the Talking Facts on my other channel. I just did Why Do We Hate Kanye? So you can flip over to that, check that out. I got a couple other opinion pieces on that same channel, and that's starting to catch on. So you can flip over, and is in the playlist CLBMG. It is what it is. Lil Wayne, the Carter 5. I know you heard about the Carter 5 at this point. I know you knew it was coming out. I believe that it was supposedly, I think this was only a pushback one-time thing. I don't think this was when he really said he was going to drop. After he won the case with Cash Money in court, after he won all that, he said he was going to announce, they announced that it was coming out, and I think right before his birthday, probably like 4 or 5 days before his birthday, people were saying it was going to come out, I think Friday at midnight, and it didn't. And I saw people in the comments was like, well, Wayne never said that, so I don't know why y'all saying that. So Wayne supposedly went on his, I believe his Twitter, saying, I'm going to drop it on my birthday. I'm going to give myself a birthday gift. I'm going to give y'all a gift. Thank you for rocking with me. Shocked the industry, shocked the world. Everybody was like, what? Are you serious? We really going to get the fabled Carter 5. This is not as fabled as Detox, but this is the next one after that. You got Detox, Dre's Detox, and then you got Lil Wayne's The Carter 5. Lo and behold, one day finally happened. It finally came. Carter 5 is here. Carter 5 is here. We got it in our hands. 23 tracks. 23 tracks. There's a lot of chitter chatter online. There is even an uproar challenge that people are doing to the Uproar song produced by Swizz Beatz. There is a lot of back and forth about, is it great, is it trash? There's a lot of people just basically surprised that it even dropped, to be honest with you. This thing is really one way. It's like it goes one way or the other. You got a couple people in the middle saying, oh, it's okay, it's not a classic, it's not whack, da, da, da. But most people either passionately, I'll see Carter 5 is trash, or Carter 5 is a classic. It's like every other release. But the difference with this release is the man who released it is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has had an up and down career, to say the least. My first experience with Lil Wayne was little. Lil Wayne. He was that little dude on the block, annoying ass dude trying to shoot hoops when y'all like, yo, we running only big boys right now. That kid. You know what I'm saying? It's that kid that's trying to snatch something and run. That little kid, like that little badass kid that is basically in the way. He don't listen to nothing. He throwing rocks. He stealing out the store, the corner store, just bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what Lil Wayne looked like to me when I first saw him. He was a little badass motherfucker thinking he, you know what I'm saying, could rap and shit. And it was just like, I'm from the era where a lot of child rappers didn't really show and prove like that. You had a couple, but for the most part, child rappers were gimmicks. Like, child rappers were constructed by either the label or overzealous artists with a little cousin or they little mans. We all fell victim to. We got a dude that could rap. He was nice, but he's like 11 and shit, like 13, 14 years old, which is, it take a lot to be nice at that age. It take a lot to be nice. Wayne came out, what, 91, something like that. It take a lot to be nice at an age where you're just going through puberty. Like, you can look at it right now. Any young rapper right now, he's going to be rapping about, he's going to be regurgitating what is already said. He's just going to say it in his own way, and really ain't even his own way. He's going to pick some rapper that he likes, and he's going to mimic that. For lack of I'm going to give you an example, but this is not that great of an example because he's not that young. Designer. When Designer first dropped, he was looked at as a fake Future, an imitation Future, a knockoff Future. It was even to the point where he was embracing the comparison, doing little Future records in a couple shows. He did a couple Future songs to the point it annoyed the shit out of Future, and Future said some shit. I believe that when you're looking at these young rappers, you're looking at an undeveloped caricature of a rapper, because they're just learning what the shit's about. They're just learning. They're looking at YG. They're looking at Gucci. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at whoever they watching. You know what I'm saying? They looking at Kendrick. They're looking at Cole. And the first thing they're going to do, they're going to buy the Nikes that Cole's wearing. They're going to, either if they really like Cole like that, they're going to lock their hair up, or they're going to start wearing basketball shoes with hoodies and being mad Afrocentric. Or if they looking at Kendrick, they're going to start with like these weird little outfits that don't make no sense. And they, you know what I'm saying? It's just like their own little style. Or what most of them do, I want to say 98% of them do, they're going to take off their shirt, they're going to put some tats on their body, they're going to get some form of dreads or some form of haircut like everybody else, and some skinny pants, and that's going to be their look for most of them. It is what it is. I'm not knocking anything. I'm just saying what it is. So Lil Wayne at the time, to me, and a lot of other grown adults, because I believe when Lil Wayne come on, I was probably early 20s. And we were already rapping. We had been rapping for a while when Lil Wayne come on. So, you know, you're not taking these kids serious. You had a lot of little kids come and go. You had the youngsters. You had Chi Ali. You had ABC. You had a lot of little youngsters come out. They never really had staying power. I can't name one rapper who was young that moved past that stage of awkwardness and imitate, because all of them rappers you can name, they were imitating somebody. You know what I'm saying? They were imitating somebody, some group. So Lil Wayne was no different. I felt like Lil Wayne was a shrunken down version of everything out of New Orleans. He just was shrunken down. So we didn't take it too serious. It's just like, you know what, this little young, I mean, we had a little younger in our team he was nice and whatever. But we didn't, youngsters was always looking at as youngsters. So I say all that to say this. I did not purchase or really listen to Lil Wayne when Lil Wayne first dropped, to be honest with you. Like, the toughest group that I had even heard before that was the youngsters. The youngsters was the closest thing we got to dope. We had Jamal, we had Criss Cross. It was a lot of youngsters that made noise, but once they got past that first album, the second album, they ain't really make no more noise. So we ain't take it serious. So it's like, got this young kid, you know what I'm saying, shirt off, blah, blah. Then so, bam, here come the Hot Boys, which caught on like fire. Just like when I said that the Master P joint caught on without radio play, it just caught on. That's the same thing happened to the Hot Boy situation. And the reason Hot Boys took off, first of all, it was just good, strong beats, strong music. It was the time for that. It was mad swagger, but the South didn't have that complete package until I say the Hot Boys came along. Yes, you had Outkast. Yes, you had Goody Mob. Yes, you had Scarface, you had D4L, and all, you had all that stuff. But the Hot Boys was different. They were different, in my opinion, because they represented the hustler on the block that wasn't that cultured. He thought that a long white tee and some Air Force Ones or whatever he was wearing was probably the height of fashion. You know what I'm saying? That's a straight up, but it have a $20,000 watch on. That's the epitome of a Southern hustler who's on the block hustling, and all he's thinking about is getting money and being hot, and he has no remorse at all about any of it. And he's making beats that's just only have the only purpose is to just be hot. Outkast had many different styles. They did not just focus on being hot. Their shit was very artistic. If you liked it, you liked it before what it was. It was so many levels to it. Hot Boys took the one element of Outkast and multiplied it and stayed right in that pocket. It wasn't all over here, all over there. It was right in the pocket. So when we got the Hot Boys thing, if that's what you were looking for, this was that era where everything was starting to, and I know they made up Bling Bling, but it was really that era. It was the Money Ain't a Thing, Jermaine Dupri. Oh, that was the era they dropped in. So Bling Bling and all that was perfect timing. And I believe that we would not have taken Wayne serious had he not joined the Hot Boys together. Supposedly Wayne was the deciding factor, or the person who put the Hot Boys together, as far as what I read. So by Wayne putting that together, at that point Wayne became instantly a viable artist. We had to take him serious because look at these dudes rocking with him. Juvenile, Young Turk, BGs. These are street certified cats that already was making noise. So he put them dudes together. Most of their solo stuff popped. I mean, this label became one of the biggest labels in the world. Like, I believe, I can't remember the female's name, that she was this chick that used to walk these rappers into these labels and walk out with these multi-million-dollar deals. She was very influential, and I cannot remember her name right now to save my life. But she is the reason they got a $30 million deal off the rip. They was like the first label to get that based on what they were destined to make, what it looked like they were going to make based on their previous sales and how hot they were in the streets and things like that. Cash Money was like innovative, bro. $30 million deal off the rip, started off like that, and they never looked back. Their money went crazy. These guys, Yo MTV Cribs with the jacuzzi in the living room, which a lot of us thought was ridiculous, but they had the money to do it. Now, I'll like when I said earlier about the T-shirt with the watch, these guys didn't know anything about real money like that. You could tell by when they took you into the house that they bought, they had a jacuzzi in the living room with no furniture, with half ghetto looking stuff in there. So it's like you could tell they don't know what they're doing. So I'm sure over the years they learned about money and they learned how to decorate and how to coordinate and do all these fancy, beautiful, wonderful things with their money besides buying watches and things like that. But they were green. They were green with their money. Lil Wayne was still Lil Wayne. Blah, blah, blah. Cash Money became the shit. Everybody was buying Cash Money this, Cash Money that. Going around saying bling bling. Wearing, doing their lingo, wearing their gear, like, which is not much, like a pair of nice jeans. And like I said, a white tee or a jersey, or with a fitted hat. Fitted hat with the team on the hat, just same shit. So it's like everybody was mimicking that. And I say that to say Lil Wayne progressed from that level. After Hot Boys, he had to make his own lane. He had to try to get out of the shadow of the Hot Boys. Once they got so big, at some point, anybody's going to want their own lane. And I believe the whole Cash Money thing started to dissolve because certain guys were starting to feel like they weren't getting paid. I believe Juvenile walked away. I believe Turk was upset. I believe all of them were upset to the point it was only Lil Wayne left. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think Lil Wayne was the only one left, and he had to put the label on his back. And I believe he came out, I think when he made some people a little upset when he named his thing after Juvenile's record. I believe he called it something like 400 degrees or something like that, 500 degrees. He named it like 100 degrees more than Juvenile's. And that set off a lot of discontent. And a lot of people had to choose sides at that point, because now you got everybody that walked away from the label trying to say, oh, the label ain't right, something ain't right. Then you got Wayne jumping out there trying to hold the label down like it is right and saying, my record gonna be hotter than your record. You know what I'm saying? And he named it the same, just like Young Thug did to him with the barter and all that. Young Thug did the same shit to him when he was trying to blow up, and he was on Cash Money, and when Wayne was on his way out or whatever. But so Wayne throws the label on his back. I personally, I didn't really see it. I was like, all right, this is a wrap. This whole thing is over with. It was a nice run. They made some noise, but yeah, Lil Wayne ain't gonna be able to get it done. Be honest with you. I was like, I don't know. I'm really not that vested anyway. So I thought Wayne, I'm not gonna say he was finished, because nobody in the South is ever finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bone Crusher's still making music to this day. Nobody's ever finished in the South. But I thought on a national level, we wasn't really gonna get much more Wayne. Now, Wayne went on to prove a lot of people wrong, because he still had his fans. He was making his music, his songs, da-da-da. But I'm going to tell you, when Wayne to me, now me, I'm a different animal. And I'm like those dudes in the comments. That's these dudes with the hoodies, the do-rag, and the Timbs. That was back when they was giving you $1.50 on your face. With the razor, they pull out their mouth, slice you. I'm from that era. I was not feeling none of the nonsense of this overly commercialized, yeah, it's good for a club night, but I'm not riding around bumping that. Let me just say this. So when Wayne proved himself to me, and I say this in a way of not trying to be disrespectful, but I feel like he decided to be a legend in this game. And I truly believe, and you can debate me or whatever, I truly believe when Wayne did the Carter 3, Wayne listened to a lot of classics, and then he really listened to the Blueprint. He listened to a lot of Jay-Z, because a lot of people were saying Jay-Z had dropped a classic. They were saying Jay had dropped a classic. And they were saying that, like, at that time, Jay was surviving when the game was, a lot of people was dropping off. So Jay was showing you. He was saying, I'll show you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? I can make, for the right price, I can make your shit tight, all this shit. I think, truly, 100%, I believe it was, who was writing Wayne stuff? Was it Gilly the Kid out of Philly was helping? Whoever was writing it. Wayne said he make the shit up in his head, which Jay said that first. I believe, this is my opinion, that Wayne made a classic album in the Carter 3, which I put that on, and I played that, and I was like, yo, this dude has progressed right now. This is a real rapper right now. This dude is nice right now. From beginning to end, Carter 3, to me, is that man's best work. That's my opinion. Now, I believe Carter 4 had bigger hits. I believe Carter 4 was when he completely consumed the game, where it was no question that Wayne was at the top of the game with the elites. He was top 5, not lyrically, but he was top 5 when you're going to say who's making the most money out, who's going to be the biggest artist. It's Wayne, Eminem, Jay, Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? and Dr. Dre, it was a short list that when they dropped, the industry was shut down. And Wayne had inserted himself. He had put the label on his back. And he had carried the label beyond anything that anyone imagined. I said it was the Carter 3 was his magnum opus. That was his classic to me. And I think he borrowed a lot of Jay-Z's style to make that album. He got more serious. He got more introspective. He didn't do a lot of the whiny. He went straight to the mic. It was like, I want to be taken serious as an artist. And I believe he achieved that with the Carter 3. And I believe the Carter 4 solidified him commercially. After that, you get Young Money, which is, no one knew what Young Money was at first. He was just saying it, Young Money. And then now we see that Young Money was Drake. Young Money was Nicki Minaj. Young Money was Tyga. Young Money was a couple other cats. I mean, you know, whatever, whoever blew up or whatever. Some female in there too. And it was another female, I believe. They had another chick, I'm not sure. They had about 5 different rappers. They came out with the song with Lloyd, Bedrock, and they came out with another 1 or 2 more joints. He dropped Drake. Drake took the industry by storm. Aubrey Graham. I remember when Drake first dropped, it was like, have you heard of Drake? Have you heard it? Y'all heard of Drake? You heard of Drake? Drake, they was talking about Drake before Drake even got out. Like, Drake was already hot before he really dropped anything. Like, they were already talking about Drake with 2 mixtapes. 2 mixtapes, and he was already, have you heard of Drake? Oh my God, bro, you gotta listen to Drake. He ain't had no album yet. He didn't even have a record deal. So, and it was all this, was he gonna sign the Young Money, da. So Young Money ended up, in some regards, bigger than Cash Money, with bigger artists, even though Cash Money hands is in it, blah, blah, blah. So then, once you take into consideration, this man already sold millions of records, then he started another label, and they sold millions of records. At that point, you're talking about a monopoly. You're talking about a young boss, a young mogul. What we thought was the next big thing. We thought that Wayne was going to be on the likes of a Jay-Z, a Dame Dash, a Ludacris, where they parlayed their labels into other stuff like alcohol, clothing, bigger things that amounted to bigger success, movies, things like that. Maybe Wayne didn't want to, or maybe Wayne was stifled, or maybe Wayne had too much on his plate. But as time went on, you might get a record from Wayne here and there. Like around 2011, Wayne dropped the Carter 4, what have you, I believe. But it seemed like after that, it was all about Young Money and less about Wayne. Wayne was doing features. He was on, I think the guy had about 200 features. He was doing features all over the place. He was working, but I don't think he was putting out music, and I don't think he was staying on that level of I'm a top MC. Like when a Jay would drop, the game would stop. Blah blah. Wayne wasn't dropping nothing. It was just Wayne being Wayne, making a lot of features, appearances, things like that. Then we get this openly dramatic beef with Birdman, Baby. We get this open thing where before they were, that's my son, da da da. Now it's fuck Cash Money. That I skipped a lot, but it progressed into that. It progressed into I'm not getting no money. Where's my money? Which everyone had already knew for years when Wayne was still on Cash Money that this dude wasn't paying people their money. It was just a fact. You had mad producers saying they never got a dime from the beats. You still have producers. I think the dude that did Fireman for Wayne said he never got paid. So it was always an issue of getting your money. I remember a quote from Birdman that he didn't have to pay you as a producer because he was making you hot. That was your payment. Now go get paid. That was literally the stance that he took when he when he hired you as a producer. It's a couple other people that was like that in the business. I think Jim Jones was the same way. I think Jim said, look, I'm letting you get on this record. Your name gonna pop. Now, it ain't like that no more. It's producers a dime a dozen, and mixtapes come out every day, and ain't no money if you don't get the money from the artist. So it ain't like I can just use your beat and now all of a sudden you're gonna pop. That was like that, 10 years ago. If somebody opened up the CD and saw your name as the producer, yeah, that was worth a lot of money back then, but not now. You know what I'm saying? Not now. It's pay me, bro, and give me my points. So Wayne started going through the I don't got, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get. Where's my money? Da da da. Fuck cash money. Da da da. Drake for the most part stayed silent. Nicki Minaj for the most part stayed silent in regards to that. Tyga left the label, and he stayed silent for a very, very long time. Even when he was asked about it, he would say, nah, they don't owe me nothing, I'm good. He just recently, this year, brought a lawsuit out for like $1 million, I think it's $1 million, or that they owe him, or I don't know if it's 10 million or $1 million. I think it's $1 million. But he finally came out with, they owe me some money. So everybody's getting this, they owe me some money stuff, but that was common knowledge that these dudes didn't pay. Long story short, this guy finds Young Thug from wherever he finds him. He's billing him as the new Lil Wayne, which was very disrespectful, in my opinion. Because Young Thug is literally the DNA of Wayne. That Wayne probably spit on the concrete. Somebody took the DNA, and this dude was created from the DNA of this dude. So to say anything about anything in regards to this man who made this label what it is, now you're bringing Young Thug out and you're saying, if I'm not mistaken, that Birdman was saying the Carter 5, it wasn't ready, that it wasn't good enough to release, and it sounded old, what have you, blah, blah, blah. That he didn't want to let it out, and Wayne started getting very hostile about it because he was saying they was holding him hostage and they wouldn't let him bring his music out. Rumors was he's going to sign to Jay-Z, all this nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Years later, we get to where we are today. The Carter 5, the rumored, fabled, mythological album release has finally dropped. I'm going to get into the review right now. I like this album. I'm going to say that from the gate. There is filler on this album. There is filler on this album. There's 23 tracks, which is fine. Give the fans, if they waited all these years, don't come back with a 7-song album. Give them some music. 14 is great. 23 is even better. Now they got a chance to get into other stuff. When they get tired of this, they can go to the end, rock some other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Find more music. It is what it is. That's great. But like I said, there is filler on this album. So I'm about to do the review of Lil Wayne's The Carter 5. I hope you're still rocking with me. I'm going to go through every single song, give you my opinion of every single song like I always do. So here we go. Track 1, I Love You, Dwayne. This is if you haven't heard the album, this is not a song. This is an intro. His mom is talking. She's sharing some very sentimental information right now. She's very, she's brought to tears. She's talking about her son, as any mom would do if they're extremely proud of their son. They saw everything he went through. He almost lost his life a couple times. Just all this stuff. Bus got shot up, all this nonsense. So she's emotional, starts the album out. It's a very good way to start the album out for somebody who hasn't heard from Wayne in a long time. And you're like, where's this album going to go? To come with an emotional intro like this is very smart. So I have nothing to say about the intro. Now, once you've heard it once, you're probably never going to listen to this intro again. But it is dramatic and it's good. Second song, Don't Cry. This is the first song you're going to hear, featuring XXXTentacion, produced by Z3N. This is the first song you're going to hear on the album, so this sets the tone. This is telling you where it's going. It's mellow. It's a slow tempo with a new school bounce. It's bass-driven. XXXTentacion's vocals are haunting. It feels like this guy is reaching out from the dead, talking to you. He's telling you, don't cry, don't go. It's extremely haunting if you let yourself be taken in by the music. I fucking love this song. This is a dope ass song. I know some of y'all don't like XXX and Tentacion. It is what it is. I like this song. I think it's dope. Rest in peace to that man. That's a terrible tragedy. They took that man too soon, and that's very, 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 very unfortunate. Some of the lines he says on here are very introspective. He's Wayne. This is a man that understands that he's not where he should be. He says, "I'm not number one is true. I'm number 92782." You know what I'm saying? So he's degrading himself, and no one believes that. But for him to say that, it's taking away your ability to say that. He's like, fuck number one. I ain't even number two. I ain't even trying to be. I'm like 90,000 something, and just leave it at that. But I'm still hungry. You know what I'm saying? There are double entendres. There are things that you're not going to catch in here. Some of the stuff you're going to have to listen is not mumble rap, but some of the stuff you're going to have to listen to again to fully get what it means. Like for example, when he says, "I got triple extension on my afterlife." Triple extension on my afterlife. So when you first hear that, you think he's pronouncing XXX's name wrong, which he is. But it has another meaning. When he actually says it, he said, "I want triple extension on my afterlife." He's not even at that point. When he says it again, he's saying in the course of the verse, he's saying he wanted his afterlife to be extended 3 times. I know that's doesn't sound like that, but that's the double entendre of you if you're paying attention to how he said it. You understand? So there's different nuances to this. A lot of people skimmed through this album and they took a lot of stuff for surface value and didn't understand that this guy has progressed. He's a grown man with a lot to say right now. So I like the way the album opens up, and I'm going to keep it moving. Next song, Dedicate, produced by Rock Main, Louis Hayes, and Manny Galvez. It's a moderate tempo with a piano and keys on it. It's bass line driven with a smooth drum pattern. It has the 2 Chainz loop where he's giving Wayne props. I believe this is on his album. 2 Chainz did an album like a year and a half ago where he did a whole song about Wayne. And I believe he took this from that and made it into the chorus, the bridge, the hook, whatever you want to call it. Wayne is just doing hard rhymes like he always does, just reminding you who he is. It's another good song. It's I don't think this is filler. I think this fits the mood of what is not too hype, and that's what's making you not be prepared for the next song that is absolutely insane. So I think that he's moving this at a nice pace. The first song was mad melancholy. It was mad, for lack of a better word, depressing. The second song, it brought it back up, reminding you who Lil Wayne is. It's a dedication to Lil Wayne. Now, the next song, Uproar, produced by Swiss Beats and Avenue. This is where it goes nuts. This song is going crazy online, social media, the Uproar challenge, all that good stuff. This is a smacker. This is a banger. This joint is a head nodder. It's a chaotic, hard ass beat. Frantic sense. They recreated that old Black Rob track, the old one that he did with Puffy. It's a braggadocious, hard type of joint, somewhat gangster verses. It's a very busy, very catchy, very danceable. This will be played in clubs. This will be a hit. Next track, Let It Fly, featuring Travis Scott, produced by Seven Thomas and Dirtwork. This is a trap beat. It's bass drum driven with a soft clap snare and a non-stop hi-hat. You know, basically how trap stuff is made. Wayne bodied it, more hard bars. Travis, he uses Travis on this like an instrument more than a feature. With the way he does the auto-tune, which he's known for, he complements what this song is about. But Wayne bars on here is nah, done. Wayne bars is crazy on here. Go back and really pay attention to the way this man is spitting. This is a machine gun, bro. This guy is an automatic weapon. This guy is a master at this shit, and I really got a lot of respect for what he did on this album. Being as though I didn't even think Lil Wayne would be relevant right now in this time, and he's more than relevant. The album did over 500,000 copies in the first week. He's doing Drake numbers right now, and I didn't think he could do it because a lot of the shit I heard recently, a lot of the mixtapes were sounded rushed. They didn't have no type of substance to them. Just was a lot of nonsense rhymes. But this right here is an album, and you come different on an album, and he did that. And I think this is very good work. Next song, Can't Be Broken, produced by Thomas Trollson and Ben Billions. This is more introspective, which you're going to get a lot of from a grown man. This guy is pushing 40. I hate to say somebody pushing 40 when they're 35. So, but he's older, and he's more thoughtful. He, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of people in his ear trying to tell him, don't do the lean, don't do this and that. And it's starting to take a toll because he's starting to think about his mortality. This is an introspective rap. He rhymes over a piano and an 808. The female chorus is dope. He sampled that from another artist. I don't know who the song is from. I'm sure it's a big artist. I'm sure it is a big like alternative rock band. I don't know who it is. Somebody can tell me, or I'll look it up after, whatever. I'm not sure if these are old rhymes because he did say Ricky Lake. I'm watching Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake been off the air for probably 25 years. Easily. So I don't know how he's watching Ricky Lake, or maybe he wrote this shit when he was a little kid. I don't know. But other than that, and I don't take nothing away from it for that line. It is what it is. Or maybe he's talking about back in the day when he was watching Ricky Lake. But it's a very mellow song. The tune is good. I rock with it. Let's go. Next song, Dark Side of the Moon, featuring Nicki Minaj, produced by Bloke. It's either Bloke or Black. I hope I'm saying that right. And Jonah Christian. It's a very cool bass line. It's a hood R&B feel. You know how we do in the hood. It just feels like some, you know what I'm saying, some hood type of flow. But it also has, to me, it has a church, like a gospel feel, which a lot of times R&B comes from church music. That's where we got it. It came from the church and it progressed into secular music, and it still had a church feel. And this is the same way. I feel like this could actually be, you take their vocals off and somebody could be singing about Jesus on this song, I'll be honest with you. It's very reflective. It's a throwback feel. Nicki's singing. I had to look up and see who that was, bro. Her singing is phenomenal on here if you're asking me. Now, I know some of y'all saw her name and immediately hate, like, us hating on it. I didn't even see her name. I wasn't paying attention. I just had the music on. I was like, who? By the time it came back the second time, especially toward it, I was like, who is singing on this shit? This chick all right. And I was like, wait, that's fucking Nicki? Yo, yeah. Nicki bodied this. She got in the moment with this. I think it's dope. I'm liking this album. I mean, it is what it is. You may feel like it's trash, or some people say it rushed. I'm like, how is it rushed when the shit got songs on here from 4 fucking years ago? Ashanti said her vocals was recorded 4 years ago. How the fuck you gonna say it's rushed? Anyway. Yeah, so the song is nice. The Dark Side of the Moon, well put together. This is really, really great work. I'm not gonna say and be like, it's classic. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this album is good work. Wayne carefully. This ain't no Yay, where he did the shit in 2 weeks and threw it up half finished and was missing shit from the crucial. No, this joint was well thought out. Next song, Mona Lisa, featuring Kendrick Lamar, produced by Infamous and Angel Aponte. I hope I said that right. Come on, man, it's Kendrick, bro. I ain't got to say too much. They did a robbery story. This is absolute. This is if you were building a cathedral, if you were building a cathedral and you said, I wanted the greatest cathedral in the world, I want you from start to finish to design, build, and make this shit perfect and make it so that everyone in the world can see how fucking perfect this shit is. This what this song is. These motherfuckers, if you understand, they're the cadence, they're coming in and out. They're both telling two different sides of the story, in my opinion. Wayne is the jacker who's setting the dude up with the females, and Kendrick is the guy getting jacked. This is fucking mastery, bro. This is mastercraft shit. You probably didn't put that much thought into it, but I did. This shit is mastercraft shit. I'm not gonna do a lot talking about this song because this shit's superb. It is what it is. It's fucking Kendrick, bro. Anyway, next song. What About Me featuring Sosa Man, produced by DJ Frank E and Johnny Yukon. It's a slow, moody track. Wayne brings back the auto tunes. It feels like some late night grown up music. I'm not mad at the auto tune. It's certain people that do it. I don't have no problem with. Wayne is one of them. I feel like he pretty much invented it, perfected it, and he owns it. It's a handful of people. It's 5 people that when they do the auto tune, they own it. It is what it is. I have no problem. I think it's Wayne. I think Travis Scott. I think Future. I think Kanye, and I think Post Malone. I think they all own the auto tune. It is what it is. The chorus production, it lightens up the song. It takes it from dark when the chorus comes in. They change the melody and it takes it bright again. I like this track. It's a good track. Next song, Open Letter, produced by Johnny Yukon and DJ Frank E. It's the same 2 people. They just reversed their names. I guess Johnny Yukon did more work on this one. It's not a bad song. I won't skip it. It's a hard muted kick and snare, understated keys, a background synth, 808 used as a groove. Wayne is just asking questions out loud, reflective. It's pretty much what it says it is. It's an open letter. He's just putting thoughts out there into the universe. This is a good song. I don't think it's filler, and I don't think it's bad. I wouldn't skip it. It ain't like, oh my God, this is the greatest shit. But it's okay. It's not a bad song. I can rock with it. I'll let the album play and let that keep going. Next song, Famous, featuring Reginae Carter, produced by, did I say her name right? Reginae? That's his daughter. I believe her name is Reginae. Produced by Lazana, Ace Harris, and Sham, Sac Passe, Joseph. It's a quiet, soft snare, in my opinion, modern drum pattern, new school anthem feel. It feels big. The pianos are big. The synths, they bring the track together, but it's all dope. His daughter sounds surprisingly good. I didn't know she could sing. I didn't know she was a singer. She sounds very professional. They really cleaned her vocals up. They made her sound very good. It seems like she has a shot in the music business. And this is another reminder track, just pretty much telling you who he is, what he done, just pretty much what veterans do. That's how they, pretty much when they reach a certain age, all they're going to do is keep reminding you how fucking the shit they did. And I'm not mad at it. Next song, Problems, produced by Zaytoven. It is a bass-driven, just to me, it's a basic trap beat, repetitive bass kick. It's nothing really unique. This could be any trap song anywhere with anybody on it. Wayne did his thing to hold it down. It's going to play well to people who like trap music. It's not a bad song. I'm gonna stop short of calling it filler. I think you have to do this kind of song at this point in time. In 2018, you're gonna need this kind of song. So Zaytoven came with the beat. It's a good beat, good song. Let's keep it moving. Next song, Dope Niggas, produced by I think the dude's name is Rio or Ro. I think he's on this with Camo. I don't think I credited him. I know Camo is one of the producers, and I think the other guy is on there too. Featuring Snoop. It's a moderate tempo, got spacey synths. The synth waves are spacey. It's a nice calypso drum pattern. It switches to Dr. Dre's classic Explosive from the Chronic album. It has that feel in there. But I wasn't feeling the switching of the beats on here. I didn't really like how it switched too much to me. It switched around too much, and I don't think Snoop fit this thing at all. And I like Snoop. I've reviewed Snoop. I've given Snoop A's, but I don't think Snoop sound right on here. It sounded like Snoop got the marching orders of what to do. He did it, but it never was comfortable. And I really can't rock with this song. I can't. I'm sorry. Next song, Hitters. Produced by Jay Wands. Hitters, produced by Jay Wands. It's an echoey slap snare, 808 heavy beat. It feels like a Drake track to me. I can hear Drake on this. It's not a bad track, but this is where we get to the fillers. To me, I believe like the next 3 tracks in a row are filler tracks, in my opinion. When you have 23 songs, you are going to have filler. It is a fact. I don't know how you could ever do 23 tracks and not have filler in there, so this is where we hit the fillers. The sample holds the whole track together. It's not a bad track. This is what it is for this type of era that we're in. You need to hit all your numbers, and he's hitting all his numbers with the trap beat, the 808 heavy beat, the ghetto beat, whatever. So, next song, Took His Time, produced by Freeway TJ. It's a moderate tempo. Wayne is singing and rapping about just basically ghetto trials and tribulations. Sounds like it's retrospective, but it still has random lines. It's nice flowing music. It's no features on it. It's a drifting melody. I think all these songs, even though they're filler, they're good filler. They're okay. They're not bad. This is another one. Took His Time as a good song. I won't need to be skipping this, and it'll definitely keep the vibe of the album going. Next song, Open Safe, produced by Mike Lee, Mike Free, Adam. 808 and hand claps. Sounds almost exactly like Truffle Butter to me, which in that point, if you're remaking Truffle Butter, you're doing that for filler. And I believe that's another song for filler. It's not bad, but it was dope when we heard it on Truffle Butter. So, this is where we are with this. Again, I'm still giving this album a high rating, but there are fillers, and I'm going to point the fillers out. It is what it is. Now, so the next song is Start This Shit Off Right, produced by Manny Fresh. This is the first Manny Fresh song on the album. This is track 17. It has Ashanti and Mac Main. Some cookout music. It's dope. It's very grown man shit. It's smooth, old school groove, mellow keys, a live driving bass line, understated snap snare with a muted kick, money talk from Wayne, just braggadocious shit. Ashanti sounds very nostalgic. I heard her say she wanted to, when she heard the album was coming out, she wanted to do her vocals again, like touch them up. And it was like, nah, because it's going to push the album back. So these vocals are from 4 years ago. If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know, but it does sound like old Ashanti, but I'm not mad at that. Mac Main makes that. It's a simple chorus. The chorus is nothing complicated, but his vocal expressions, the way he says it, makes it pretty dope. Next song, number 18, Demon, produced by 808 Ray and Cool and Dre. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not like this song. When he comes in with the avant-garde, with the offbeat rapping over the beat that's clearly not that speed, I don't know if he did that. It sounded like he did that rapping in the headphones when no beat was playing. And they were like, oh, let's leave that there, that's dope. It's not dope. It don't sound right. It does not give the beat justice. This is a soulful beat. This beat could have been on American Gangster, like Jay-Z's joint. But the way Wayne comes in flowing, and even with the hook, everything, I definitely will skip this song. I don't like this song. Next song, Mess, produced by Infamous. It's very hypnotic, guitar strumming. Sounds like a coming of age movie. Before the beat kicks in, before Wayne starts rapping, this sounds like a coming of age. Like one day they were traveling and their lives would never be the same. On some movie shit. This is what it sounds like. But I like it. It's dope. I like shit like this when it's outside the box. It's outside the realm of hip hop. Wayne is basically speaking to several females, in my opinion. He's referencing his bae, his side piece, and his wifey. So he's basically he got something to say to all of them. Is pretty much where he's at with that. The beat switches a lot. It keeps the song moving. Not like the other song where the beat switched too much and I didn't like it. I like how this beat moves. It keeps it interesting. It doesn't mess up the flow. It doesn't give you like, damn, why you keep switching the beat? This flowed right. And that guitar sounded like it was plucked from like a random new age CD. That's what it sounded like to me. Shit I used to sample. But it's a quality song. I dig it. Next song. Dope New Gospel, produced by Rio or R10 and Camo. I gotta figure out what this dude's name is. I hope I'm saying it right. It's either Rio or R10 or something like that. And Camo. Featuring Nevia. It's a new school, chaotic, sporadic running snare and kick. It's busy. Nivea's voice is very common. It fits the mood of the track. I actually think this another one that could be a gospel song, because this one it's right there in that feel. The next two songs have a gospel feel, in case you didn't know. I think they tapped into some like old black spirituals with some of this stuff. I think this is his dude's mood, the mood that he's in. He started the album off with this, but he didn't get back into it till late, which is what you have to do. You can't have a whole album sounding like you're in church. But this is a good song, Dope New Gospel. I don't have no problem with it. I wouldn't skip it. Next song, Perfect Strangers, produced by Manny Fresh. Again, this is another. This felt like gospel to me. A lot of live instrumentation. It's about the topic seems to be about a dying relationship, where he's just talking about where it went wrong, what happened, the things that made them both feel like this ain't working. It's just slowing down and hurt feelings. It is what it is. The beat sound like it walks through two different time eras. It gets old, new, old, new. It goes all over the place, but it's quality. Manny Fresh, he came back and he made stuff really simple, but it fit. Next song, Used To, produced by Metro Boomin and Prince Pack 85. I'm sure I said that completely wrong. I apologize. Somebody else could look up the credits and see what the dude's name is. I apologize. So it's gangster talk. It's haunting keys. It's very old school movie feel to me. The beat changes into a heavy 808. It's very rap to me. It feels rap. It feels good. It's dope. It's Metro Boomin. I like his stuff. He seems very able to shift into different zones. This is not a bad song at all. Next song, the last song, I believe it's the last song, track 23, Let It All Work Out, produced by Reefa. It's a repetitive piano, very uplifting sounding keys. It just feels like an accomplished anthem to me. Like you're winning, like it's motivational to some degree, right? Like you're at the end of life and you're looking back and you're proud of it. It has like a nice little, like a rim shot, or like, a tight snare. I like the whole thing. It sounds like he is eluding that he tried to commit suicide back in the day when he was younger. He tried to shoot himself. I believe that is a true story. This song is very reflective. It is a man telling you he was in a dark place, but he's not there anymore. I am going to give this album a A++. I think it's quality work, even with the filler and even with the songs that I don't like. I think that this guy has shown us that he still got it, which a lot of the vets have been doing lately. Some of them been garbage, but most of the vets have been putting up good music. My name is Chuck Wick Ills, aka Charles Brown. I took up enough of your time. CLBMG, like the channel, subscribe, like the video, don't like the video, whatever you want to do. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm way more heavy on social media than I am on here. But like I said, I'm going to try to start putting out reviews every single week. Talking Facts goes up. 1 Minute News goes up. We about to have so much stuff up. Nonsense. Oh, yeah, and Dale does the reviews. Switch over to Audio Liquor Magazine. Dale does the reviews. He just did a review for Black Klansman and Ozark 2. He did a couple reviews for a bunch of stuff. I'm going to see y'all on the flip side. Peace.